Have you ever considered why you binge drink alcohol? Is it a social thing for you, or do you like the taste? Whatever the reason, if you want to cut down your alcohol intake, it's a good idea to figure out why you drink in the first place. People are intertwined with alcohol, and alcohol is intertwined with people. In fact, according to Science Animated, those in their 50s are more likely to drink a lot and even exceed their drinking limit. But now, even the youngsters drink for their own specific reasons: to be sociable, to feel relaxed, and even to have fun, just name it. In this video, we will talk about the different scientifically proven reasons why people drink alcohol and the effects produced by drinking it. Welcome to Advanced Mixology. Let's get started. Number 1. Stress relief. Stress is a natural human emotion that affects everyone at some point in their lives. In truth, the human body is built to recognize and respond to stress. Your body develops physical and mental responses in response to changes or difficulties. Your body's stress responses assist it in adapting to new surroundings. Stress can be beneficial in that it keeps us attentive, motivated, and prepared to avoid danger. A stress reaction, for example, may help your body work harder and stay awake longer if you have an important test coming up. When stressors persist without reprieve or moments of relaxation, it becomes a problem. According to research on why people drink alcohol in 2018, alcohol has amazing anxiolytic or anti-anxiety qualities for both moderate drinkers and alcoholics, meaning it helps reduce stress, anxiety, and tension. It is, for example, a frequent technique for people to unwind after a long day at work. This effect is commonly discovered early in an alcoholic's drinking career. As the addiction progresses, the addiction continues despite signs that alcohol is no longer offering any form of stress alleviation. Drinkers chase this sensation of relaxation, propelled by the notion that they can stop after a glass or two. Drinking alcohol, more often than not, exacerbates the stress that the alcoholic was hoping to avoid. Number 2. Peer pressure. According to the article, Alcohol and You, one of the most common motivations for drinking among people of all ages is peer pressure. Fear of being alone or abandoned by a group of individuals while participating in an activity. Teenagers are especially vulnerable to being affected by this, which can lead to addiction because they are pressured to drink more than they desire. Many people drink when they see others doing so. In reality, most non-alcoholic drinks in social contexts when alcohol is considered a part of the celebration, such as weddings or football games. Although the word peer pressure is frequently associated with teenagers, it does not apply only to those in junior high, high school, or college. Drinking is socially acceptable and lawful in our culture. At any age, peer pressure to drink alcohol can occur. Peer pressure is the impact of peers, members of social groupings with comparable interests, experiences, or social statuses, on one other directly or indirectly. A person's opinions and behavior are more likely to be influenced by peers. Peer pressure can be a carefully veiled excuse for drinking for the alcoholic, even when they know they shouldn't be drinking based on accumulating evidence that it's a problem. Alcoholics typically assume they are drinking to have fun and spend time with their friends, which is strange given how often they drink alone. Number 3. Past experience. People's present attitudes toward alcohol and the expectations they have for it are shaped by their previous experiences with it. Alcohol users may recollect earlier favorable alcohol experiences, which may boost their desire to drink. A bad experience will have the opposite effect. Number 4. Lose one's inhibitions. According to research on why people drink alcohol in 2018, there are a lot of shy folks out there, let's face it. Furthermore, there are a variety of scenarios in which someone does not need to be particularly shy to be intimidated. Examples include first dates and large gatherings with a lot of strangers. In these types of situations, people frequently drink alcohol to remove their inhibitions for whatever reason. Alcohol is known as liquid courage because of its capacity to make individuals feel at ease in settings where they would otherwise be uncomfortable, and it is a good, temporary social lubricant for many non-alcoholics. Binge drinkers may become so inebriated that they act inappropriately, embarrassingly, or obnoxiously. This impact can ruin relationships and bring untold agony for alcoholics who have developed an obsessive preoccupation with drinking. Number 5. An act of rebellion. Some people drink alcohol in order to be rebellious. They desire to break the rules and show that they're not like everyone else. The adolescence factor is commonly recognized in young people, particularly teens who are in the process of maturing. Number 6. Accessibility. There is a very simple reason for this. People drink because alcoholic beverages are readily available. Drinking alcohol is quite frequent among adults in most families. Alcohol may also be found at most supermarkets. Other countries, however, banned alcoholism, especially in public, and have something to do with their culture. Pakistan, Sudan, Saudi Arabia, Somalia, Mauritania, Libya, Maldives, Iran, Kuwait, Brunei, and Bangladesh are just some of the countries with alcohol bans. Number 7. Genetics, environment, and social norm. Genetic characteristics have been found to play a role in determining whether or not someone would develop an alcohol consumption disorder, according to studies. While inherited variables may play a role in the development of alcoholism, other factors such as the environment and life events also play a role. This risk, according to scientists, is caused by a mix of genes as well as environmental variables. Individuals with a genetic predisposition to addiction may be more likely to develop an alcohol use disorder or AUD if they are also exposed to certain types of stressors in their environment or personal lives. Alcohol-related stimuli, such as TV shows, marketing at events, and so on, boost the need for alcohol. Financial pressures, such as taxation, on the other hand, make drinking less appealing. According to research, simply increasing the price of an alcoholic beverage by 10% reduces alcohol usage by 7%. Alcohol is consumed at specified events and at regular intervals. For example, most parties and weddings are anticipated to include alcohol. Number 8. Family history of alcoholism. If there's something to be given away to your children, what is it? Well, did you know that there's a possibility that your children can get your alcohol addiction? According to research on why people drink alcohol in 2018, heavy drinkers' drinking problems can occasionally be passed down to their children. Those who come from a family of alcoholics are more likely to have a drinking problem themselves. Number 9. For fun. According to the article, Alcohol by You, in general, people drink alcohol to have a good time. They enjoy being intoxicated because it makes them feel euphoric and spirited, and drinking with friends can be enjoyable. When people are nervous in social circumstances, they might relax and have more fun by drinking. People drink to have a good time at parties, nightclubs, picnics, and other events because they believe it enhances their enjoyment. Who doesn't want to drink on any occasion anyway? Well, drinking alcohol has been a stipulated part that takes place in any event. Alcohol is something that should be present and should never be missed out on. Because at the end of the day, it's more fun partying while drinking. Cheers! According to research on why people drink alcohol in 2018, people typically realize that alcohol has a variety of positive effects when they first start drinking. These effects are often so elusive that people continue to drink long after it has become a problem. A drink or two might be a good way to celebrate an occasion or complement a nice meal for most people. Others may dislike alcohol for a variety of reasons, including the flavor, the sensation of being tipsy, or the feeling of being out of control. Understanding the problem drinker in your life can be tough if you fall into one of these groups. Drinking patterns that are hazardous to one's health, such as binge and excessive drinking, can lead to an alcohol use disorder. When people drink a lot of alcohol, they typically develop appetites for the effects they get from drinking. People will feel progressively compelled to drink more in order to satisfy their appetites and the feelings that come with drinking over time. People who consume high amounts of alcoholic beverages may acquire an alcohol tolerance. As a result, when this happens, people may find that the amount of alcohol they used to consume no longer produces the desired effect. People may increase their alcohol consumption to avoid this problem, but this may lead to alcohol addiction. Speaking of alcohol addiction, these are the different illnesses you can get from it. Number 1. Physical allergy. When alcoholism takes hold, the alcoholic will begin to drink more than they intended. Normal drinkers who are not alcoholics will find it simple to limit the number of drinks they consume. This may seem difficult to an alcoholic. They lose all control of their liquor consumption once they start drinking, as the first drink triggers a need for more alcohol, potentially leading to a binge or spree. This can lead to problems that would not have occurred if the person had been able to stop after the first drink. Number 2. The mental obsession. The disease of alcoholism continues to act even after an alcoholic has undergone medical detox and alcohol is no longer present in the body. This is possibly the most perplexing aspect of the disease because it is difficult to comprehend, even for alcoholics. Addicts who are stuck in the cycle of addiction keep returning to the substance that is killing their lives. They may be able to do so despite a strong wish to quit drinking for good. Willpower alone isn't enough for those suffering from the disease to stay sober. They grow fixated on the idea of being able to manage and enjoy their drinking. The mental preoccupation, as we call it in recovery, is a peculiar mental twist. To drink normally is a passion, an insatiable desire to consume alcohol with no regard for the consequences, obsession with minimizing its devastation, an obsession with drinking in secret in order to deceive family, friends, and employers who are well aware of the problem. And number 3, a spirit solution. We believe that behavioral modifications alone will not be enough to free you from the obsession and thus from the allergy. To put it another way, simply realizing that one can no longer drink successfully does not imply sobriety. We think that alcoholics seeking sobriety must preserve and strengthen their personal connection to a higher power. This is known as the spiritual solution, which is frequently discussed in 12-step sessions. People can open up to a spiritual awakening that can lead to permanent recovery when the mental, emotional, psychological, and physical elements that intensify alcoholism are treated. Because of the complexities of alcohol's effects on the body and the complexities of the people who consume it, blanket alcohol recommendations are impossible to make. Because we all have varied personal and family backgrounds, alcohol has a different range of benefits and risks for each of us. When deciding whether or not to drink alcohol, especially for medicinal purposes, it's important to weigh the benefits and hazards carefully. In many cultures, the intake of alcoholic beverages, commonly referred to as drinking, has an essential social function. The manufacturing, sale, and consumption of alcoholic beverages are all regulated in most nations. Alcohol is a depressant that produces euphoria, decreases anxiety, and promotes sociability. However, long-term consumption can result in a number of ailments, including intoxication, stupor, unconsciousness, or even death in high dosage. At the end of the day, everything should be taken in moderation. So, can you tell us your most memorable drinking experience? Let us know in the comments section below if we have mentioned one of your reasons why you drink alcohol. If you like this video, be sure to give it a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel. Thanks for watching.